Okay. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. I had so much fun, and getting to talk about the things that people usually don't ask me because they're assuming something else.
Stop assuming. That's number one. Stop assuming.
Come talk to me because 9 times out of 10, I'm shy. That's why I don't speak. People always think I'm stuck up. They're like, she always thinks that she's cute, and I'm usually in the corner like
I do think I'm cute, but that's not even it.
If I'm in the corner like this, I am cute, but I'm also shy. I'm not being stuck up. I'm shy. I'm really trying to like.
She could just dress, y'all. That's
Right,
it.
just dress.
Hey everyone, my name is Ellie and you are watching Entrepreneurs, and today I'm here with Fame and we're going to talk about just life and what it's like when you've come up. So the first, when I first met you, the very first thing we kind of bonded on was you having success and then having people look at you differently after that. So that's really what we're gonna talk about. But first, I really wanna know, introduce yourself. Who are you? Just for the few people who don't know who she is.
Great. So my name is Famous Banks. I'm originally from Miami. I live in Atlanta now. I'm a full-time traveling stylist, but I'm a different type of stylist. I provide looks from head to toe for the fierce, the feminine, and the fabulous. So if you're fierce, you're feminine, you're fabulous, I'm your go-to, I'm your beauty bestie. We provide everything. So from hair to wardrobe styling to being on set for photo shoots to you have a gala, anything like that. We dress you, we come to you, we do everything. All you have to do is just be you. And so it's where luxury meets the convenience of I literally do everything. You're just my muse.
Okay, so, yeah. I like that. A lot of us could use that at some point. Okay, so how long have you been doing this?
I'm going on 15 years. Yeah, 15 years in the game.
You don't even look like you do anything for 15 years.
Yeah, it's so crazy. You look like you're 15. But no, I've been in the game for 15 years. How it all started was I was actually in school for pre-law. So I went to high school pre-law. Your girl, smart. But I went to school for pre-law, and somebody actually told me I was too flamboyant for the courtroom.
What? So the black L.
Let me fix my scarf and say that. I was too flamboyant for the courtroom, but they were right. They were so right. I'm not your gray and black and navy blue type of girl. I'm not gonna wear my hair pulled back in a bun. If I am, I want to wear chandelier earrings with it. And most attorneys don't look like me. The Elle Woods of the attorneys of Legally Blondes weren't in yet. That was in 2007. So I graduated high school early too. So I graduated before my time, and I was before Instagram, before any of this, there wasn't girls looking like me in the courtroom. So it was definitely tone it down or you're not gonna make it. But the crazy thing is everybody started asking me, well, who does your hair? Where'd you get your outfit? So that's how I got into, I was starting to take clients from the courthouse, and now I'm making just as much money as an attorney at the age of 17. Wow. Yeah, 17 is when I started by default, and it's just it pushed me into my purpose.
Okay, I love that. I love how you feel like you're living in your purpose now. That is the whole point of this show, is showing people real life and what it looks like to live in your purpose and to go out and step out of, like you said, a courtroom, out of corporate America, whatever it is, and live for you. So, okay, first things first, what's the craziest thing that ever happened to you while you were coming up? That's the story we all want to hear.
The craziest thing, and if you've been my client or you've been in my salon, because I had 2 salons in Miami as well, or South Florida, because I have one in Fort Lauderdale. I used to have 5 clients that were trans. They were transgender, so they were transitioning into women, and they're beautiful, gorgeous women, very high maintenance, very high end. And the thing is, that was before it was a thing. I was telling you, this was 2009. So I had this client, beautiful woman, but genetically. So we got into it one day because it got really weird. I was styling her for 5 years, but then she started to feel like I was competing with her. It was so crazy,
competing?
Yeah, I'm styling you. I'm shopping for you. Like when I met her, she was just in the beginning process, so she wasn't really knowing how to do her hair or what clothes to wear.
Okay.
So yeah, makeup and the feminine touch, I was really helping her with that.
Okay.
So, but years into when she blossomed and she became this gorgeous woman, like knockout, bombshell. But she felt like I was her competition. She felt like I was competing with her, and it got violent. One day, like we were in a shop, and she was like, "Bitch, do my hair," and that's it. I don't want to hear your voice. And I was like, "Excuse me."
Oh, wait a minute.
It got real like. But at that time too, like she used to take drugs and be on coke. But like when she was coming down, that was like the real side of her came out. And that day, she like, I was so shocked. She was just like, "I don't want to hear your voice." And she was like, literally, she was like, "Oh, I hate the fact that y'all girls think that you guys are better than us. This is that." And I'm just like, oh, don't say that. But I was like,
wait a minute.
yeah, I'm like, girl. But I'm like, girl, like. But it was crazy. Like, it was a big thing. She tried to fight me when I was like, "I'm not doing your hair." I was like, "No, I'm not doing your hair." And who you talking to?
Right?
It's my shop, and you're playing. You got the right one. I got two sides. I dress in all black, either to do your hair or like. I ain't gonna talk about that. But I was just like, girl, like, what? No, I'm not doing your hair. And she literally tried to fight me, and like she like pushed me to my station. Now she's a 6'4"
woman. Oh my gosh.
You know, trans. So and I'm a woman 5'2", and like it got really crazy. Like she tried to like lock herself in my shop and was like, she's not leaving until I do her hair. It was crazy. But when I tell you, this was one of my most loyal clients that actually helped me. Like we came up together because I was like starting with her as my muse, and to see her full transition, she brought me so many more of her girls.
Okay.
So I was known to get the girls together, like, and they're extra just like me. Like they want to do the most. They're coming to the shop in heels. They want to do everything, and when they're in there, they're bringing food. They're ordering champagne. Like it was great, but it was like a double-headed snake because it was just as good as it was just as challenging because they started to feel like. If I couldn't style them or service them, because they would come every day. If I couldn't service them, they would feel like, "Oh, she's trying to sabotage me," or "Oh yeah, that's it." Like they would say little things amongst themselves that like, "Oh, Fish might think she better than us. She trying to like." It'd be little stuff like that. So that was like the craziest.
That is crazy. I was not expecting that. That was not.
It got crazy. It got crazy. But I still love them from a distance.
Yeah, no, I feel you. It's okay. From a distance. Sometimes it's like I have love for you, but I'm saying.
Yeah. And one of them now, she's up there, and I'm just like, she's asked me to style her, and I'm just like, I love you, and I love what's going on for you, but I'm not the man for you.
We're not getting in another situation like that.
Right.
Okay, so like you said that y'all came up together. When do you feel like you noticed that you had made it? Like, when was that realization, like, I'm here, I am fame, I have a name for myself, people recognize me, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was that?
When I started to go out and thinking I could just be low key, and people were like, "Excuse me, is your name Famous Banks, or do you do hair and this is this shop?" Like, when I started to go out and people would either like record me out, and I would see it like tags like, "Oh, Famous Banks was out today," like, or I'll see people ask me questions, and I'm just like, I'm a regular person. Like, what do you mean? Like, is when I really started to know, and then when I started to know I really, really made it. Now, this is taking away from the material, is when I felt like I was actually living in my purpose. Like, I was serving people, and I was no longer worried about the dollar. Okay. And now it was just like, I knew the money would come. I knew the lifestyle was already mine. I knew the clientele would come. But when I started to wanting to do things just because and not charge people for it, or wanted to give back and do things like, I've done women in distress. I went over there and did makeovers for Valentine's Day. That's when I started to be like, you're fulfilled. Because I no longer chase the money. Okay. Now I'm just chasing the relationships, the connections, and looking to like how I can pour into somebody, and she could walk in feeling down and out. I talk to her, I style her, and now she feels like, you know, a little queen. Yeah. That's when I was like, you're doing it. You're doing what you really want to do.
I like that. I like that. So, okay, like, after that, you were talking about, like, people were seeing you out. Like, what's the reaction you get when you're, like, regular? Like, you not in head to toe Louis, and, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just sweatpants and
it's not even if I'm in like designer and all of that, because I tell people like I'll be designer down and tomorrow I'll be Walmart down. still eating, eating the game. I don't really care about that. But the craziest reaction I've got was when a client came to pick up something from my house, And I opened the door and I was just regular, and she was like, "Friend, you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's good?"
It's the "Is you okay?" Because that means like she thought she was like,
it's the audacity. Because she was really concerned. She was like, "Friend, you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" She was like, "I don't like seeing you like this." And I was like what? She was like, "Regular, like I like to see what I see on Instagram." And I was like, "Oh, you just gonna have to be mad today, because I'm not gonna do that." Like, what do you mean? So that was like the craziest reaction I've got, where somebody was just like, "Are you okay?" Like they thought I was sick because I just didn't have on makeup. I had on my glasses and a bonnet in a regular mismatching outfit.
How does that feel when you're like sitting there and you're you feel like you're living in your purpose, you're doing everything, and then you have somebody feel like you're being less than in a moment where it's like, it's still the same person. Like,
I used to not even notice. I didn't even have a feeling towards it until I started to really feel like I was living in my purpose. In the beginning, I didn't. Honestly, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's tricky, because you can get arrogant. You can get really in your head in this industry, because people are giving you that, and you look like that, and you're walking. You feel like you're in that for real.
I read something where it's like, when you shine really bright, you cast a lot of shadows.
Yeah, you do.
And I feel like that's kind of vibes it's giving me. It's like, you're literally like feeling your best, and then somebody who probably wasn't feeling their best.
Yeah, and they came and said something, and at first I didn't notice it, and it didn't matter to me, and then it did start to matter, because I'm like, no, I don't want you to think that this is it.
Yeah.
There's so much more, and that doesn't define me. Like, I could do all of this and be the ugliest person inside, or I could be ugly outside and have so much more to offer inside. And that's when I was like, that's not okay. So now I'm gonna force y'all to see me regular.
Right.
Now I'm gonna make y'all uncomfortable to make it comfortable. I'm gonna make you uncomfortable. I'm gonna let you come up here, and my wig might not be laid down, and you're gonna question it, but you're gonna look good, because that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to pour into you. And
so how has that like affected your clientele? Like, do you feel like you only get a certain type of clientele now because of everything that you've shown?
Yes, I do. I don't feel like my old clients feel like I'm relatable anymore, and that is something that it does bother me sometimes, because
right here.
I'm like, I'm still your homegirl. I'm still like the beauty bestie, but I do feel like that because I hear it. Like, people that do still get their hair done by me, or still do get styled by me, they'll come and be like, "So and so asked about you," and I told them you did my hair still. They were like, "How you got a hold of her? She only does celebrities, or she only does bridal." And I'm like, no, I still do my regular clients. I'm still available. Yes, the price has changed, but I'm open to everybody.
The price went up.
The price. Yesterday's price is not today's.
And that's for everybody. That's everybody. Like, if you get a little bit of something, you need to add some more, because you deserve it. You're worth it. Like I'm gonna say that forever.
I didn't work this hard to stay the same.
What you mean? Exactly.
Like, I'm not. Yeah, things did change, but it doesn't change who I am. Like, I'm still, my core values are still the same. Yes, my clientele, yes, my bracket is different, but I'm still the same person. And that's the thing I want people to know, is like, the looks might be elevated, my career might be changing, but I'm still the same person. My values are still the same. I don't let none of that, like what's around me, take over.
Take you from that. Yeah. That's good. So, okay, what, like, besides that, is like, how do you keep your head up with all this noise and all these people saying, "Oh, you can't style me because you work for so and so"? Like, how do you keep your head up, and how do you keep going, like,
God,
through that? Really?
Literally, God is my weapon.
Amen.
Like, I'm not even gonna sit here and tell you, like, oh, I have this whole thing, like, I'm about to drop an ebook on how to sing God. Like, it's nothing but God. And like, and taking the time to do the work on yourself. Because the same way, like, you take the time to work on your business, that if somebody complains, you have something set up for customer service. You have something set up if they try to get a cashback. Anything you have, everything protecting you. I do the same thing with me.
Ooh,
I am
okay.
the brand. I
like
take myself
that.
very serious. So I have things in place to, okay, if the noise comes, I know how to shut it down, because I meditate in the morning. I know how to be still. I know how to be in my mind. You know, if a client might overwork me, that's okay because I work out. Like, I do the things to make sure I'm okay.
Okay.
And it's nobody else's responsibility to take care of me but me. So I do the work, and God, I just trust God. I give it back to God. Like, if it's a problem I can't figure it out, I don't try to. I'm not
Just
here.
pray about
I
him
do
like
care
that.
about him.
Yeah.
So
Amen.
like, do that, God, this one on you. 'Cause I'm here to stay. Yes, girl.
Okay, so any advice for the rising stylist, for the hairstylist, whoever it is who's listening right now? Like, what is your advice?
My advice is to do you, and do you in a major way. Don't dim your light. Don't try to shrink yourself to fit in the box. Bust that box open, and do you in a major way. Like, everybody is betting on you but you most of the time. So just do you, and let that be what people buy into. You know, like, I always tell people I'm not a curated Instagram aesthetic. Like, I've been this girl, and always. And
You're like, before any cameras, this was me.
This is me. Like, uniform with the socks. I used to have the accessories. This is me. And for a little while, I did let people and relationships, and it's even crazy because sometimes it be your own partner could be a hater, and family, and the vision is not for them, it's for you. So if you know you can see it, you got it, and you just do it, and let the people feel you, because the world needs our talents. The world needs people like us. The world needs to see what you got. So do you, and do it in a major way.
I love that. Guys, this is Fame. I love her. Okay, so where can we find you on Instagram? How can the girls who do want to get you and book you, how can they find you?
Okay, so my website is www.atouchoffame.com. It's A Touch of Fame. My Instagram is the same thing, A Touch of Fame. My personal Instagram, where you'll get more of lifestyle and the behind the scenes, is famousbanks_the stylist.
Okay.
Yes, and everything, Facebook, everything, A Touch of Fame.
Okay. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. I had so much fun, and
Yay.
you know, getting to talk about the things that people usually don't ask me because they're assuming something else.
Stop assuming. That's
Stop
number one.
assuming. And if
Stop
you see
assuming.
me, come talk to me, because 9 times out of 10, I'm shy. That's why I don't speak. People always think I'm stuck up, or like, she over there thinks that she cute, and I'm usually in the corner like
I
this.
do think I'm cute, but that's not even it.
If I'm in the corner like this, I am cute, but I'm also shy. I'm not being stuck up. I'm just shy. I'm really trying to like.
She could just dress, y'all. That's
Right,
it.
just dress. That's it. Like, I just take baths and wear nice clothes. No, but for real.
Yeah. All right.
You know, the it girls are relatable still.
They are. And see, that's kind of why I love like meeting people like you, because it makes me go, okay, it's not that big of a deal.
It's not.
And then also it gives me like kind of like training for when I come up, for me to be like, okay,
like,
yeah.
let's talk about coming up. This is bad, okay?
Thank
The
you.
voice, the whole aesthetic, like, very much feminine. And that's the
you.
thing. Like, a lot of people think that it girl is whatever they see on Instagram. It girl is literally whatever you want it to be. Like, you're it because I said so. If I'm gonna be the it girl that just wears sweats, I'm that girl in my sweats. You're that girl because you said. You're that guy because you said so. Like, there's no rules to this.
Oh, thank you.
You got it.
Thank you, girl. All right. We're going to end on that note. We're going to end on a high note. But y'all, thank you so much for watching Entrepreneurs, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Yay.
That was fun.
Yay. That was really like, honestly, okay, girl, it stopped on my camera, but I'm glad I had this go.